Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and young friends. Probably I am the only person not from the insurance industry, it appears to be like, right? Most of you are from insurance industry. Anyways, it's very easy to link between insurance and the banking industry, though my entire experience is in banking, but we have seen insurance side by side. And the latest is probably the big joint venture which took place between Canara HSBC and Oriental Bank of Commerce. And it was a smart choice from the HSBC bank, being a foreign bank and having a joint venture with such a large public sector banks. So my presentation would be largely on the topic which have been given to me, like will internet help or not? And I'm a very optimist person. So of course, you'll find those kind of gestures there in my presentation. But largely, I'll just try to give you some feedback in terms of how banking has evolved and why can't insurance can evolve accordingly, right? It's just a matter of chance that banking started little early and insurance has started little late. But nevertheless, the market is same, people are same, the policymakers are almost same. It's just a matter of having guts to take bold decisions, and we all are equally responsible for those decisions to be made, which helps the industry at large, and frankly speaking, the individual consumers of the insurance industry at large. That is very important. This is just a disclaimer because all my views would be my personal views, not from my bank side, so I have to show this disclaimer. Okay, so this is the scenario, and the moment I started hearing these presentation, I was little down because people from industry appears to be more realistic and having little more caution and down. So that appears to be like this is the situation from the insurance industry. I mean, little people are totally confused whether this internet will deliver or not. But I am not confused. I am totally convinced insurance industry will progress only through the new channels, not on the traditional channels at all. Because the way we are growing in this country, everybody talks about the market and the market share, right? But frankly speaking, the actual market share, which somebody was showing the pyramid structure and the bottom of pyramid, we have actually not touched in our sample size at all, right? So this is probably just a sample which is very small and it doesn't reflect the right picture of the market. That's what I understand. I can make it out. But of course, people are there. They are doing the job. They are looking for those sample size and coming out with some or the other data. So I'll just tell you in next couple of slides that how banking has evolved and what insurance needs to do, whether on the same lines or little differently. That's what my style of thinking. I don't assume, and there is a message from this slide that don't assume something, just don't assume anything. And move on with some heuristic mindset, with a positive attitude that things will change. And I'm sure things will change accordingly. If we talk about this situation, whether internet will deliver or not, we have got best example in your sister industry, which is banking, right? The banking industry have leveraged only on the basis of this technology, nothing else. We had State Bank of India across the country, but did we deliver what exactly it was required from that industry? Did we talk about the financial inclusion? Did we talk about customer education through those branches, through those people sitting across the country? We did to some extent, but It was not possible because of various other reasons and dependencies. But of course, this internet has changed the entire dynamics of the banking industry. If you ask me how this dynamics has changed, we had never thought of a branch next to my home, next to my house, will serve to the relatives of mine who has visited my house or not. Because those days, it was like you are the customer of that branch only. You are not the customer of some other branch. So every customer is attached to that branch. You are not attached to some other branch. Now tell me, if I just apply quickly on the insurance, again I am just mentioning it, it's a matter of guts from both the delivery channels and the people who run it and the policy makers to take some bold decisions, and as soon as possible it would be better. So what happened, we thought, no, a person of any branch can be a customer of some other branch as well. And we talked about anytime, then we moved to anytime, anywhere, then now we talk about anytime, anywhere, anyhow. That means a customer who wants to do transaction or buy some products of yours as a bank, he can't turn away from the banking branch or from the internet base. He has to get that service, he has to get that solution right away. And is it difficult? Take my words, it is not difficult. It is possible, and we have made it possible because of our belief in the new system which comes up day by day, the evolution which we believe in, and whatever comes on, we take it up. Of course, there will be lot many risks, but those risks should not hamper my work process. Those risks, none of the risk in the world, probably, I'm sorry, I'm getting into a wrong discussion, but to my belief, none of the risk can't be mitigated, right? You have to manage the risk, you can manage the risk. You have to set things in right perspective and set the right control mechanics for that, and it works beautifully. You have to have strong and tough decisions. Now, all this success in banking which has happened,